Alright guys, it's Dokkan time again, and today's video is going to be how to build Super Saiyan Vegeta, Saiyan Day Vegeta, Awakening of the Prince, whatever you want to call him. It's a fitting name, as Vegeta has, he's pretty much been historically shafted as far as all of his units have gone. Like, I mean, he's had good releases before, obviously, but most of the time they fall off or they just want them to be. That's always usually how it ends up going. Cheetah is probably the first time in a while that we've actually had like an actual like solid released Vegeta. Like we got the EZA for Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, but yeah. Anyways, goes layouts. On the right side of the screen you will see that I have now set it up where suggestion, but how good the unit can be. So at the top right hand corner, you see that there's dupe slots. Well, they're all locked. So that means I'm implying that at 55% there, 2 dupes, that means that that unit is required to have that many dupes. I think that this Vegeta personally is good at 55% help, but I think even at 55%, this guy is going to be freaking fantastic. I will explain why I chose to go with this route of the hidden potential. People will probably disagree, and that's fine. You can disagree, and of course, you are welcome to, you know, go back and forth. You can go more into additional, or you can go heavier into crit and less additional, or you can even go dodge if you so wish. Mine is merely a suggestion. So let's start going over his kit so I can explain to you why we have this. So, Vegeta is a Vegeta family leader and a Super Saiyan category leader at 170. 30% for Pure Saiyans, Battle of Wits, and Mastered Evolution. And obviously, I think a large portion of people are going to be just... Super Saiyans are very strong. It's a very strong team already as it stands, especially on JP. Global's a little behind on the units because of EZAs as of recent, but otherwise, I mean, it's a fantastic category, and it'll only get better, of course, because, you know, Super Saiyans are just, they plague the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Super Saiyans are hype. Any Vegeta family member we get is just going to 100% seal. He guards, Ki +2, attack and defense 150. He reduces damage received by 18% and launches an additional attack for 3 turns from the first appearance. So that means he's on his first 2 appearances, he'll guaranteed have an additional super. But after that, he won't have that any longer, and he actually loses the damage reduction right there as well, at least in his base. So the more HP remaining when the character attacks for the first time in a turn, the greater the attack boost will be. So if you get hit with a super attack, and then he actually super attacks afterwards, and you lost like half your health, he's only 75. Yeah, you'll have about 75% attack boost if you lost half your health. So your damage with Vegeta could be bouncing all over the place. The more HP remaining when the character receives an attack for the first time in a turn, the greater the additional defense boost will be within the turn, up to 150%. So I'm not 100% sure how that exactly works. My thought process is that as long as he's getting for the hit is how much defense it's going to apply first, not after. So if you get supered slot 1, that's fine. It's not a big deal. You'll have to worry about it for the next time you come around because your health will be lower. So yeah, make sure you have a high amount of HP. You might even benefit from a healing item if you're a player that likes to use items still. A healing item would actually save you in this case. But he has plus additional defense plus 31% with each attack received up to 80. So once he gets hit 3 times, he's got his maximum value. Launches an additional attack that has 70% chance when there's a Goku ally or enemy. That's not too hard. As far as JP goes, they have Blue Zone. It's a Super Saiyan and a Vegeta family team. Super Saiyans, you're probably going to rock a Super Saiyan Goku or a Goku in general. So, I mean, I don't see an issue with that part of his passive. So he has built-in additional 2 times. He's got his actual normal super and his hidden potential. So he can quad super. For 2 appearances, for 3 turns. After that, he will lose. He can only triple. But either way, that's still a very, very fantastic chance. This is why I would suggest you even might even go to the level 9 point of additional, because he doesn't really need it. Super Saiyan Vegeta. When he transforms into Super Saiyan, in a quick little bit of gameplay, he loses raw defense. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn and seals, so he loses the stacking capability. He has Ki +3, attack and defense 180, and he still guards, but now he keeps the 18% damage reduction. So you lost a little bit of chunk of defense, you lost the stacking capability, but you keep the damage reduction ability. Plus an additional attack plus 180 when attacking, and if HP is 30% or more, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. So that's 1 additional already built in. Plus an additional attack plus 30%. This is... This right here is wild. Like, this right here is just wild to me. Because he gets 30% boost of attack when the enemy's HP is at 60%, and then he gets a 50% attack boost when the enemy's HP is at 40%. The ceiling of how much damage he could get up. I have seen this Vegeta hit freaking 20 million. I've seen him hit 20 mil. That's with support with like King Vegeta. That's on the Super Saiyan team. That's like best case scenario. He has everything active. So I mean, you can definitely see he can hit a very high number when receiving an attack. And then he launches an additional super attack within the same turn and disables the enemy's action once within the turn after receiving an attack. That's 1 right there. And he can potentially quad super. Quad supering is pretty much ingrained into there as long as you have additional. So he doesn't necessarily need a lot of additional because he already can triple super. And I think that goes plenty far. And more than likely, you're gonna kind of like triple or quad supers. I think the likelihood is you're gonna average on 2 to 3 supers per turn, regardless of your hidden potential system. Could be seeing triple and quad supering on the regular. I have, but I've been playing on a private server, so what do I know? You know, if I can get past ads and whatnot. So Super Saiyan leaders, there's not very many. I mean, obviously the only choices for a Super Saiyan leader is just gonna be the LR trio. It's just gonna be Vegeta himself. On JP, you guys have like, you guys have such a good benefit right now with Gogeta. Oh, okay. With Gogeta and Broly. I mean, just that alone, you guys have the advantage there. I wish I was on JP and right now just because of that, because that's just a huge, easy throw onto the team and you're good. As far as global players go, you know, we got the LR trio. We got we got worldwide download units to work with for like Gohan and Trunks, and then that's pretty much gonna be it as far as LRs go. You could probably try to utilize Gobros still for Super Trunks, though. I will say that this is an excellent buff for him because the main reason this Trunks sucks half the time is because Android Cell Saga is there's just like nothing there. So I mean, he's definitely a good addition to the team. You throw him, Vegeta on the team, you throw future STR Gohan onto the team, you throw the intelligence future Gohan. He's still a glass cannon. Trunks is a glass cannon, but man, does he hit. Does he hit? This is the team he should have launched with. This is the team he should have launched with, for real. And a unit fits on this team. Let's just go ahead and go over here. Alvard's stats is what we really want to be looking at here. Once I can find it. Okay. So, in his base, after receiving an attack, he's only at, like, 500k start of turn defense. You know, that's it. If he triples supers, he'll be at, like, 800k defense already. So, you can see how even just, like, at the beginning of a fight, it just is... He's got so much defense, he's got guard, he's got damage reduction. I wouldn't even say full build-up, like, hacking effects. My suggestion is that you keep Vegeta in his base state for as long as you can. So, Probably turn 5 transform him. Turn 5. Don't transform him right on turn 3. Get the additional stacks in there. 2 mil defense? Like, get out of here. Like, holy crap. Holy crap baskets. He's very good. He's very good, guys. He's very good. The Super Saiyan form, like I said, he loses a bit of raw defense. It feels really weird, but he does lose a bit of raw defense. But he still is very... He's looking absurdly very good. Very, very good. Like I said, the guard and the damage reduction goes such a long way. It really does. So let's just go ahead and pop into here. You know what? Let's actually go fight... Let's go fight Fusion Zamasu. I was going to say, let's do the boss rush, but I don't want to make this... In my experience, freaking he tanks Fusion Zamasu. People don't want to admit that he's good. I'm just going to say that right now. People don't want to admit that Vegeta is good. But I'm going to show you, as long as we can get him on turn 1. Yeah, okay. Here's hoping Fusion Zamasu slaunt y'all to see. I want you to see that. Emphasize it enough. So, with this, prepare for battle and fierce battle with God Goku linked. But if you have King Vegeta, he's got 22. It's not a huge difference in defense, but it's a decent amount. The frame 1 super. I want to see him get him frame 1 super. Come on. I think those 1.2 million supers, frame 1, turn 1, no build-up. Frame 1, turn 1, slot 1, whatever you want to call it. He had no build-up. That was the turn 1. That was the start of the freaking turn. That means with even just 1 turn of build-ups, he could probably double-digit that. He probably could, yeah. He's just so good. He's just so good, man. He's just so good. King Vegeta I'll have for a separate video, of course. King Vegeta is still very, very good, but you have to get AGL Key Spheres with King Vegeta. But yeah, I can't emphasize enough how good this Vegeta is. He's just really a fantastic unit. Like I said about his hidden potential, though, he needs to get hit. He needs to get hit. If we actually go passives, he does have to be hit. It won't count if he dodges, I believe. Unless I'm wrong about that. You're dodging. And that's a large chunk of defense. If there's only 1 normal that comes out of the first slot, I mean, and trust me when I say it. I mean, I just showed you. Fusion Zamasu turned it. He ate it for 100k. He ate a million plus damage. He didn't care. You do not need anniversary or something when we get another huge meta shift. Yeah, sure, maybe I'm putting dodge into Vegeta. He doesn't need to dodge. He tanks it. He tanks everything. Well, yeah, he tanks pretty much everything. He really does. Especially with build-up. He's going to tank Broly. He's going to even tank a little bit of Cell Max. Cell Max is probably his hardest fight. I think so. The Stage 2 Cell Max specifically on JP that was just released. But anyways, I think that's gonna be pretty much about it. I will say that his 200% like lead teams are probably one of his biggest weaknesses. Like, or the LR Super Saiyan Trio. That's it. You're not gonna bring teams. That's fine. He'll do fine on 170s. He'll be fine. It's just 200% lead is gonna be something that's not gonna happen too often, other than on his own team. Like I said about his hidden potential, I don't think he needs dodge. I don't think he needs it. So try to go for at least the level 9 and additional. Just let him go off, man. He does plenty. He does great. In base, he's probably anywhere at Rainbow from like 7 to 9 million damage. But when he transforms, I mean, he can get sky high from 13, 14 million all the way up to 20 million based on where the boss's health is at. So, I mean, not including crit in his kit, you're just wasting the potential of this offensive tank. Like, he's good. He's the best TUR. Straight up. He's the best TUR. I will suggest the R, especially if you don't have the ability to get more dupes. But, of course, if you're at 55%, you know, just to get the extra chance in there for it to proc, viable option. But yeah, I mean, either way, this Vegeta is going to do his job. He's going to tank. He's going to tank. He's a fantastic unit. I don't see any reason why you would need dupes right away, because he's just so good. He's really good. On the screen right there with the hidden potentials, you'll see there's Jeanette rainbowed and with hidden potential orbs. The number below it is the base minimum you can have the hidden potential without any of the without EX skill orbs. You can have the additionals at level 9 to 17, or you can have the crit to decide to build them or not. But anyways, guys, let me know if you're going to go with this, or are you just going to go off on your own for dodge or